What's up, guys? So after all of these new insane buffs, it's time for us to completely redo our tier list. Oh my gosh, guys, they literally buffed like every single unit you could think of. And let's just say, guys, 7 stars aren't even good anymore. 6 stars are now better than 7 stars. So let's go do the new all-star tower defense tier list. Let's get into it. But before we do, don't forget to use star code BLAM whenever you're buying Robux or Premium. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get it started. So first up, we have Blackbeard. Blackbeard is not quite an S support, so I'm gonna add another tier as well. All right, I'll add it as a support. So basically, it means he's good. I just think there's better units out there. So we'll put that. He'll put him in an A support tier. All right, he's a decent support unit, but you can't really consider Blackbeard meta. All right, Kaido, guys, needs a buff. Rengoku, he did get a nice buff last time. That easily puts him in, I will say, A+ tier. The only reason I'm putting him in A+ tier is because Yamamoto is obviously better. All right, so Rengoku is slightly worse than Yamamoto. All right, next up we have Golden Frieza. After Golden Frieza's buff, he's easily A tier, but only really good for raids, not for infinite. All right, Kirito's 6-star. I don't really recommend him. All right, Ichigo is not bad. He's a decent support unit, but he's not a meta support unit. Same with Jotaro, decent support unit, not a meta unit. Minato did get a buff, but his buff kind of sucks. Still B tier. Luffy, B tier, not bad, but kind of mid. Giorno, he is a decent support unit. All right, Goku 6-star. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to put him in C tier. I can't recommend him. All right, this is the old Nagato. Honestly, B tier, not bad, but I can't really recommend him. Same thing with Whitebeard and Rukia. Now Gilgamesh, honestly, guys, his damage is so eclipsed. I'm just gonna have to put him in B tier now. There's just so many better units out there. Kakashi, same thing. These two guys need buffs badly. The old Guts really sucks. Don't use him, but I guess he did technically get buffed. Trash. Naruto didn't get buffed, guys. They buffed Sasuke, but not Naruto, which is crazy. All right, Tokens needs a buff as well. Sukuna did get a buff. He's now technically the best poison unit in the game. Raigen, he's just bad. Ryuk is technically a 7-star now, which is pretty cool. I think they might have buffed his stats as well, but I don't remember correctly. I'll put him in A tier. This guy is not as good though, B tier. Itachi is now meta, guys. He is very good. He has the second highest Black Flames, but the thing about him is his Black Flames hits ground too. And the problem is Ichigo's Black Flames does not hit ground. So whenever we get to Ichigo on the list, he's somewhere. I'll rank him right up there with them. They're about the same. All right, Sasuke did get a nice buff, so A tier. Actually, honestly, A+ tier after the buff. Gojo, he's a good support unit, but not meta. Trash, 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 trash. All right, Dio's a good support unit, but not meta. Trash. Bad, 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 bad. Bad, and not the worst. Not the worst. Bad, trash, trash, trash. This version is not terrible, but still trash. All right, Madara, I think, needs a buff as well. I don't think they buffed Madara yet, so C tier. This guy's actually technically a skin now, so we could probably delete him. But I might use that skin actually, honestly. That'd be a pretty big flex to use on my Rengoku. All right, Jeff CEO is still meta support. All right, Elite Warrior is, he did get a buff, so B tier. All right, Lex sucks, guys. I'm just gonna put him F tier. Don't use him, guys. Please don't use him. The reason being is they buffed his girlfriend, not really girlfriend, his partner in crime, Akasa, and she's just way better. She's actually probably, I'd say, A+ tier for raids, but she's technically a S support. So like, she's technically an A support, I would say. The thing is, like, if you're free to play and you don't have a lot of Stardust units, or like you're a newer player, she's really good. Enel, mid. Trash. I guess I have to give them mid because they're not the end of the world bad. They did get buffs and stuff. I just don't recommend ever using them. But they're not end of the world bad. Aaron, I don't know, man. Aaron needs a massive buff. Dude, I can't believe they didn't buff this guy. He's been mad disrespected. Boros, still mid. Shinji, honestly, isn't bad anymore, but he's not as good as the rest of the units. Maybe I'm disrespecting him a little bit too much there, but I just don't recommend using him. Baby Vegu, Sailor Moon. Kaiba did get a buff as well, so I'll put him in the A+ tier. I don't quite know how good his buff is yet. If somebody has him, let me know in the comments, because I need to showcase his buff, because I think it's really good, but I haven't been able to taste it. Dimensional Alien, I just tested out his buff. He's actually cracked out. He's about 20 million DPS. So I think 20 million DPS is definitely good enough to put him in the A+ tier. Trash. Again, this guy isn't really meta support, but he's good. Jiren needs a buff. Mihawk is got a pretty nice buff, good enough for A+ tier. But honestly, I would stay away from him and use Gohan instead. Gohan is just a better version. So whenever we get to Gohan in the list, right here we go. Gohan is S tier, slightly better than Mihawk. Though Mihawk has a nicer AoE, Gohan just does way more damage. I do not like this guy. C tier, trash. I don't really like this guy either. They're not the end of the world bad, but I just don't recommend ever using these guys. All right, even this guy, I just can't recommend getting these guys. They're just a waste of your gems. Obito isn't the best Black Flames unit anymore, by far, like by very far. So I really think he's gonna have to drop down to, like, I'd say he's probably as good as these B tier units now. All right, Yugi is still not bad, though technically, in my opinion, he's a support unit. So I don't know. I'll put him in high A tier. He's not quite A+ tier in my mind. Actually, you know what? I should put him in A+ tier. All right, this guy is support, but not good support. Mid unit, he's support, but not meta support, if I remember correctly. This guy, they didn't buff him, so he's trash. But the thing is, they buff Baki. So Baki's actually kind of cracked, but only good for raids, in my opinion. So I'd say A tier. Needs a buff. This is the bad God Zamasu. So this is the bad Zamasu, but he's still good, but he's not quite meta support. He's A support. Obviously, Meliodas is better. Boros, I think he needs a buff too. I mean, Beerus. She is support, but not great support. All right, Alucard did get a nice buff. He is technically meta, but I would say he's only, well, I would put him in A+ tier. The only reason is he's good for boss rush raid and boss rush raid only. So that's pretty nice about him. Killua, honestly, Killua is a support unit. He's kind of a money unit. Gon sucks even after the buff. Mid. Goldie Roger's actually kind of cracked after the buff, A tier. Whitebeard after the buff, A tier. I wouldn't say it's cracked, but it's still pretty good. Next up we have this guy. He's actually a really good support unit. I'm gonna put him S tier for support. He's actually legit cracked if you use him correctly. So I definitely think he deserves an S tier for support, but low S tier. Trash. I can't recommend him. Can't recommend. All right, can't really recommend. I guess they're not the end of the world bad, so I should probably put them in C tier, but I just can't really recommend those units. All right, this guy is a decent support unit, but nobody uses him. Though maybe people will use him in the future, but yeah, he's a good support unit, but he's kind of, his ability is just hard to use. We'll put it that way. Abarai did get a buff. I don't know how good it is yet. If somebody knows how good it is, please DM me. I think this is the right version. But his 6-star goes into A tier now. If you guys think it's a lot better than that, let me know and I'll fix it. Same thing with her. She also got a buff, so I'll put them both in A tier for now. Somebody let me know what their buff is like, and I might move him in the next video if it's cracked. All right, Broly, I would probably say Broly is the best 7-star right now. He's a little bit expensive, but if you can max him out, he does like 500 million damage every like 16 seconds, I think it is, with and hits the whole map. So it's like infinite nukes. It's freaking ridiculous. The other Brolys, though, did not get any love. So not worth it, in my opinion. All right, Zoro also is now the best bleed unit in the game. So he deserves it as well. I would honestly probably say this is probably the correct order of goodness. Yeah, this is pretty much the correct order I would go in of like which one I would bring. Not worth it. Metal Cooler, guys, deserves A+ tier. He's good for raids only, though. Honestly, technically, I would say he's more of a support unit, but I don't know. Hard to count. These guys need buffs. All right, Majin Vegeta. Okay, he's not terrible, but he needs a buff. Blue Vegeta, honestly, he's a step down from the S tier. I would probably put him somewhere in the A+ tier. I might even say Rengoku's better than him. So I think he deserves this spot in the A tier. Zeus needs a buff. All right, this guy's also very good. I would say he has one of the highest DPSs in the game. I think he's slightly better than Sasuke, I would say. Really, really good unit. This guy kind of sucks. 0-2, unfortunately not very good anymore. All right, there we go. All these guys, not the greatest. This guy isn't terrible, but not great. This guy is a support unit, but not a great one. This guy's okay. All right, Diavolo is S tier for support, obviously. Probably, actually, honestly, this guy, I don't know. I think I might put him in, I don't know. He deserves S tier support, but I still don't know who's going to use him. Gohan sucks right now. This guy actually did get a pretty juicy buff, so I think he deserves like bottom of A+ tier. This guy needs a buff. This guy sucks right now. C tier. Don't use him ever. Don't use him ever. Don't use this guy ever. I don't think she got a buff yet. If she did, somebody let me know and I'll check it out, but I don't think she got a buff yet. But if you did, please let me know. Ace also needs a buff as well. They're both disrespected, so yep. Especially for a Stardust 6-star, very disrespected. This guy isn't terrible, but has very few purposes anymore. All right, Vegus suck except for this Vegu. All right, this Vegu is actually cracked. I would probably put him a little bit above Goku. They're both pretty good. Alucard, remember, he's only here for boss rush. So, yeah. All right, this Naruto needs a buff. Demon Waifu. She actually is probably, yeah, she's still S support tier for meta. Kurama, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm putting Kurama in the F tier. Please don't use it. Sasuke, please don't use Sasuke. I'm putting Sasuke in the F tier. I'm putting Naruto in the C tier. Just please don't use these 2 units for the love of all things good. If you guys have Sasuke, you could easily get this guy. This guy is like 5 million times better than him. Literally 5 million, guys. So please, guys, do not ever bring this unit. Honestly, unless he gets buffed, you might as well delete him. So whenever he does get buffed, though, I will do a video on that. But and I will move him up in the tier list. But right now, they skipped over him and Naruto for buffs. So they kind of suck right now. All right, Dark to Dark and Obito are about the same ranking. All right, these guys, nobody cares about them. All right, this Katakuri, obviously, guys, S tier support. This guy, okay support, not S tier. All right, I think these guys need a buff too. They're kind of mid. Ichigo is technically the best Black's Flames unit, but I would put this guy ahead of it because he actually hits ground units. Ichigo, whenever he does Black Flames, he doesn't hit ground units, only airs. So that's kind of a big problem. This guy never dropped. Huh, I don't know why he's on my tier list if he never dropped. This guy is not the best rewinder anymore. This guy was okay. Support unit. Hudron the Mystic is kind of trash now. I'm gonna put him like B tier. He's kind of dog right now. I'm not gonna lie. Gem Finder is actually meta now, guys. Like he was used to beat the Yamamoto raid. Not the Yamamoto raid. The Path raid. What am I saying? Mid. A little bit better than mid. Apala, honestly, not bad for support, but Rimuru's better version of her. Octo, guys, obviously S tier support. Nobody cares. All right, this guy's as good as Tengen, but tradable, so pretty nice. Trash. Let's see here. Chainsaw Man. Man, he needs a buff now. He needs a buff so bad, he goes into like low B tier. I guess he's technically better than these units, so I should probably put him a little bit higher, but he needs a buff. All right, these guys need buffs. All those guys need buffed so badly. So freaking badly. All right, your Forger needs a buff too. Fisherman, I'm sorry. I'm just putting Fisherman in the F tier. Like, he's technically meta, guys. Like, technically speaking, but come on. Let's be freaking real. All right, honestly, Nezuko moves down as well. I can't recommend Nezuko to anybody. So, I'm putting Nezuko in, like, low B tier. Please just use Rengoku. Please. I guess she does hit airs, but the difference is so great. That is crazy. All right. She sucks. All right, we got to speedrun this a little bit. This guy maybe deserves C tier. So sorry if I messed anybody up. All right, I think this is the right mob. Mob did get a buff, so I would say mob is A+ tier. Actually, maybe bottom of S tier. Probably better than I don't know. I don't like Sukuna. I think he's not that great. This guy got a cool blessing, so I'll give him C tier. All right, not good. Not really that good. Shigaraki is not good, and I think it's this version of Shigaraki as well is not good, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this version of Shigaraki probably sucks. So I don't really recommend these guys, but if I remember correctly, they were like not the end of the world bad. She's not bad, but not good. Trash. Not bad, not good. Not bad, not good. Nothing to write home about there. Nothing to write home about there anymore. There's just way better poison units out there. Same thing with these guys. They used to be good. Asta guys, meta support. Not bad for damage either. Only for raid mode though. This guy, I would say, like, probably speaking right around Ryuk. This guy is an okay support unit, not the greatest. Not the best support unit, but some people still use him. This guy has such a small AoE, I can't really recommend him. Jotaro over Heaven. A support, not the greatest, not the worst. Kind of mid. We got a lot of units to go through. Oh my gosh. This guy, I would say, I think he's still technically meta. Meliodas isn't the end of the world bad. He's okay, but definitely outclassed nowadays. Yeah, all these guys are just outclassed by these new buffed units. Pretty ridiculous. She sucks. Meliodas still S support tier meta, really good unit. These Eisens just aren't hitting. However, Eisen 7-star is still meta. I would probably put him right with Mob above Sukuna. This guy, not great. Not great, not bad. Deku, I would say Deku probably deserves B tier. Just not really recommended of a unit. Irwin, again, support unit, not bad, not good. Belma definitely deserves A support. Not bad, not great. This guy, he has a pretty cool ability, but it's just not that great of an ability. I'm going to put him in B tier. Sunburn Jotaro isn't bad, isn't good. Power isn't bad, isn't good. Slightly worse than Chainsaw Man, but hits airs. This guy is kind of mid, I'd say, but not the end of the world. Tanjiro is still S tier, but barely, and I would probably say he's more support unit now. People aren't using him for his DPS anymore. All right, these guys are kind of mid. Broly is kind of outclipped now. He's not the end of the world bad, but he's not great either. There's better units out there. Fat Gogeta sucked. Springy, all right, I like Springy. I'll give Springy some credit, put him in B tier. Shisui might get a buff soon. Not good right now. She's okay. C tier. C tier. C tier. Easily S tier, guys. I'd probably put him, I don't know. I'd personally say he's more useful than Ichigo, in my opinion. Saber was good, but no longer good. I'd say like, I gotta fix this A tier. This A tier sucks. I'm about to get roasted in the comments for this one. Yeah, I was doing this the wrong way a little bit. I'm about to get roasted in the comments. Yeah, I think this is a little bit more fair. Yeah, I think A tier just kind of needs to merge with B tier here, but we'll fix this real quick. I made a mistake. All right, I think this is slightly more accurate now. There we go. I think this is better. There we go. Perfect. This is a little bit more fair. All right, here we go. Toru isn't the bad, isn't good. B tier. Guts, honestly, still meta. I don't really like him that. I would say he's probably right about here on the list of who I would bring. Griffith is still meta for his ability, so S tier support. This Griffith is still meta because it slows airs, so S tier support. I personally would probably put it above Katakuri though. Not good, not good, not good, not worth talking about. Not worth talking about. This guy, is this the 7-star? Let me see, is this the 7-star version? No, this is not the 7-star version. So that's fine. This is the 7-star version, and this guy is S tier. I would probably say he's right about here on my list of importance to bring. All right, this guy is S tier supports. This guy is decent bleed, but there's just way better bleeds out there. But 100% better than Power. I'd probably say better than Chainsaw Man too. All right, this guy isn't great. Honestly, probably deserves a little bit lower placement than that. Trash. Idol again, still S tiers for support. Muge isn't good. Magellan hits airs, so slightly worse than Sukuna. This guy is slightly worse, is a lot worse than Guts, but I think he probably deserves there because he hits airs, Guts doesn't. This guy, not worth it in my opinion. This guy, honestly, he's not bad. I'd probably say he deserves like, probably deserves right about here on the list. Only good for raids, not really for infinite. Boros isn't bad per se. I just think there's better units out there right now. For sure, this guy isn't bad, but not good. Boa is still meta support. All right, this guy isn't great, C tier, in my opinion. Kirito, he slightly edges out Boros in my book. This guy has good DPS. I think he deserves A tier. Yeah, that's fair. All right, Tony Stark. Not quite the greatest unit of the time, but not bad either. Probably deserves right about there. I don't really recommend her, but she's not bad. She's not bad. He is probably not. He's not terrible. Mitsuri isn't the end of the world bad, but not good. Han Tengu, I don't know where to rank him per se. He's not the greatest. I'd probably say he's probably like high A tier. Boo is just the GOAT, guys. Boo's just goated. Probably the best unit in the game. Straight up goated. Oh wait, what the heck? Do I have 2 of this guy in here? Okay, this is probably right. This guy sucks. All right. This guy is not bad either. He's another Sunburn unit. I would say he's probably deserves low A tier. And this is his lower form. Not very good. Joker, maybe like bottom of B. Yeah, he's not that good. This guy has surprisingly high DPS. Luffy though, not the greatest. Luffy 7-star, easily S tier. I'd probably say he's technically a support unit. I'd put him in support tier. I think this is the right Poochie. Poochie deserves support tier. The other Poochies aren't bad if I remember correctly, but they're not meta. Light Marine is not the greatest, but the other Light Marine is okay. Jolin is okay. Pink Mango is okay. Why is Minato up here? Okay, these guys all need to go down. This guy can stay. There we go. That's better now. There we go. All right. This guy isn't the greatest, but he's not terrible. I don't even know about her. She's just sus as frick. I'll give her A tier support. This guy used to be good, but now he kind of mid. B tier. Super Muge is apparently pretty good. A tier. Rias, guys, honestly, guys, S tier just because she's my favorite waifu. But this guy is like a slightly worse burn unit, but who cares about burn anymore? Everybody and their mom is burn. This guy had decent DPS. I don't think this guy was good if I remember correctly. Markswoman, kind of mid. This guy is okay, B tier. She is just as good as her brother. This guy technically used to have the highest DPS in the game, but no longer. So I'll give him like, I think he deserves this spot. This guy, I remember him being pretty bad. This guy, I remember him being pretty mid. Same with this guy, pretty mid. He was okay. Nagato, I'd probably say really good. As far as goodness, I would say probably right about here in the lineup. She's actually cracked too. I would put her in A tier. This guy was solid B tier. Okay, she does not deserve this one. She deserves that. All right, this is better. This is probably more accurate. Minato deserves that. All right, there we go. We gotta kick them down. They're not that good. All right, this guy is meta support. And she is probably B tier. All right, guys. Yeah, my B tier and C tier kind of got a little bit mixed together, but I think it's pretty accurate, I would say. So let me know, guys, what you would change in my tier list. And don't forget to use star code BLAM whenever buying Roblox or Premium. And I'll catch you on the next one. It's your boy Blam signing out, man. Peace.